Hey, it's Mila. Welcome back to my channel.
I go around and I go around and I go around, I go around. I'm always out, I am always out, I am always out, I'm always out. I keep running so I don't have to go.
I just want to apologize if I sound a little bit off today. I was sick this past weekend and I couldn't film this video. That's why you're gonna see two videos in the exact same outfit, because I'm like, I am so behind. I need to bring out these two videos fast. So just for same outfit, because I'm literally filming this the same day in the same hour, because I'm like, these videos need to come out. But hi, if you're new here, my name's Mila. I make everything from college, lifestyle, and bucket type content. So if that sounds fun, definitely hit the subscribe button down below to, know whenever I post. Today we are doing this video is going to be my wrap up of the month of January. I had an amazing reading month. Amazing. We have 2 5-stars. We filmed a little reading vlog. I have nine books. I started reading my 10th. I couldn't finish it. I almost finished my TBR. I would have finished my TBR if I didn't add 2 books, but I was like planning a reading vlog for later on. So I was like, I need to start reading these 2 books to like bring out the reading vlog when I like want to bring it out. But very, very productive reading month. So I guess we're gonna jump right in. The first book, oh my god. The first book I read was Hellbent. Hellbent, I rated it 5 stars. I was so nervous to read this, so nervous, because I love Ninth House. Love Ninth House with a passion. And I was like, I am so scared to see what happens in Hellbent, because my friend said like she loved Ninth House, didn't like Hellbent as much. So I was like, oh my god, what if I hate it? But no, 5 stars, so good. I find out there's a 3rd book and I'm like, thank god, because I need more. Like, I know that the whole point is not the romance, but I'm like yearning for a kiss between Alex and Darlington. I need it to happen. I love Darlington. I'm so happy we saved him. And like, I was talking to my friend about it and I was like, Demon Darlington. For some reason, picturing Demon Darlington, I'm like, I love it. I love it. Also, Trip. I'm actually so sad about Trip. Like, I'm happy it turned out the way that it did and not, like, sadder. Because for some reason, I was so attached to Trip. But it's like, I don't know, like, I'm happy that that happened. But I was also like, well, it sucks because, like, something happened, right? But anyways, love this. Don't want to give it away because it's, like, the 2nd book in the series. Please, if you have not read it, read Ninth House, read Hellbent. So good. Recommend it so much. Like, it is very dense, but it's just so good. Is the coloring a little weird? I don't know. The next book I read, though, is a fantasy, Vow of Thieves, which is the 2nd book in the Dance of Thieves series. I like the 2nd book more than the first. I feel like the first, I also read it during the summer. The first I wasn't a huge fan of. I felt like it dragged. I wasn't like super invested in the characters. This book I was more invested. I felt like more was happening, more things were at stake in this book. I liked it more. I forgot. I don't know if I probably mentioned, but Hellbent was like 5 stars. This I rated 3.5 stars. It was good, like just very solid, but I feel like I obviously was not like super like, oh my god, I need to know what happens next. I'm like, I do want to know what happens next, but I'm not like dying. I'm not the edge of my seat. So I feel like 3.5 stars is a very solid like rating for this. I do think out of this duology and the Remnant Chronicles, I like this better. Mary Pearson, I feel like it's very slow paced, so once you're into it, you're into it. And I feel like I was more into it this time around than the Remnant Chronicles. But yeah, it's not bad, it's not amazing. I just consider it very mid, very average, very neutral. Like, if you want to read it, pick it up. But I feel like there's more interesting things out there if you're into a YA fantasy. Next, I read my 2nd 5-star read of 2025. Twisted, can we see this? Twisted Lies by Anna Huang. I finally picked this book up, finished the Twisted series. Oh my god, like, this is literally the best thing ever. When I was reading the book, I was in shock because I'm so similar to Stella that, like, it blows my mind. And it's like, when you're so similar to a character, you just connect with them, right? And I was like, you know what? Twisted Games was so good. Like, yes, people love Twisted Lies, but how can Twisted Lies be Twisted Games? I genuinely could not tell you if I like Twisted Games or Twisted Lies better. I feel like Twisted Games will always have that spot in my heart, but Twisted Lies is up there. It's so good. I love Christian and Stella. I love everything about this book. Like, it's absolute perfection. If you have not read this series, please read it. Twisted Love. It is a fever dream. you, like, I went in expecting, like, a brother's best friend thing. Then you have the whole, like, soap opera telenovela, like, thing going on. Gave me whiplash. If you're iffy after reading Twisted Love, please go on to Twisted Games. This series was so good, and it's just, like, I love it. I love it. My second 5-star of the year, and it was like the first, or I think it was the beginning of the second week of January, I already had 2 5-stars. So I was like, you know what, this is gonna be a good year for reading. After that, I read As Good as Dead, which is the 3rd book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. This book, oh my god, shocking. It went from, like, normal what you would expect to, like, I don't want to say, because I did film the reading vlog, where I talk about this, but it's, like, it goes relatively what we expect from, like, the first 2 books, then it's completely 180s, and it turns to something completely different. I know some people were kind of iffy about it. I loved it. I loved how it's, like, okay, there is one thing, but then there's this, and then there's all this. Like, the ending, I feel like I wanted more out of the ending. Like, I understand why it ended that way. Like, very valid, but I feel like I needed a little bit more, you know? Like, I wouldn't... It's such an open ending that it's like, I need a little bit, you know, a little bit more. So wasn't a huge fan of that. And this book was so close to 5-star, but I rated it 4.5 just because of the ending. Because I was like, I need that little... 4.5 or 4.75? Wait, how much should I rate this? I'm just gonna check in my reading journal. Okay, 4.75. Yeah, 4.75. It would have been a 5-star if the ending was, like, a bit better. Because it was, when I was so invested. Thrillers, I find it so hard to get, like, a 5-star thriller. This was so close to that 5-star. I just, was not a huge fan of the ending, but I definitely recommend this entire series. After that, I went back to working on my Dixie Calloway vlog. Reading vlog. I read the first 5 books of the series in 2024 and made a little vlog. I'll just do both of these, like, at the same time. Then I don't know when I want to bring it out. I think I want to say, like, May to give me the time to, like, read. I am doing, like, the second part of the series. So this month I read Thrive as well as Addicted After All. And, okay, so Lily and Lo are my least favorite couple. Not because, like, I don't like them, not because I don't have an attachment to them, but it's just, like, Rose and Connor, Daisy and Reich, I feel more. It's more, I don't want to say it's more believable, but I have more of an attachment to them, right? These 2 books, like, Thrive, I understand. It's, like, a recap of Kiss the Sky and Hot House Flower that I felt like it did drag. I wasn't, like, super invested into it. But then Addicted After All, I was like, you know, it's, like, a new storyline. I wasn't, like, obviously I was so happy to see these characters again, see them go through things, but I wasn't, like, in love with the book. Let me bring back my reading journal, because I feel like I read these such a long time ago, because I read so much this month. I rated Thrive 3.75 and Addicted After All 3.75 also, which is pretty low for an Addicted Calloway book, because I think everything else was, like, 4 or, like, 5-star, right? So I don't know if it's just because it's Lily and Lo, or this series does take a dip. I don't know what it was, but I was, like, I wasn't, like, bored, but I was like, I don't feel like much is, I don't know. I was just very shocked with my reaction in this. I don't want to say more on, like, what happened in the story, because I do have the reading vlog. I really hope that the other 3 books I'm more invested in, because, like, again, this series, it was just going up, but now it's coming down, and I'm like, no. But yeah, these I rated 3.75. After that, I read Things I Wanted to Say by Monica Murphy. So I read A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, which I thought, like, these books, like, were not connected. Turns out it's a series. You probably couldn't tell by the old covers. I feel like that's why they made new covers, so you can tell. But yeah, I read A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime. I think I rated it, like, 3.75 or 4 stars. That was, like, 2 years ago. And I was like, you know what? Let's just read the entire series. So this is the first book of the series. You don't have to read them in order. They're, like, it's the same family. Over here, you see Whit. In book 3, you see one of his sisters. In book 4, you see the other sister. But, like, in book 2, I don't know what the connection is. I think there may be cousins. But, like, I think it was Crew in book 2. He's not mentioned. There's no connection here. So, I I don't know what the thought process was, but like you don't have to read these in order. I don't know how I feel about this book. Like okay, so I'm currently reading Zodiac Academy. The bullying aspect, I love it. I eat it up. It's everything. Here, it kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I didn't like it as much. Like I was very invested, and I feel like once we got past the halfway mark, I was more invested in the book. I feel like it did drag a little bit, and I didn't get bored, but I was like, okay, like I'm ready for something else, you know? So that's why it wasn't exactly a 4-star. Like I did really enjoy the second half of the book. So I'm like 3.75. I don't know if like how the other books are gonna go. Like I know the third book is his sister and then one of his friends, that we know that there's like something going on. We know a little something about his sister that we're like, okay, is she okay? Like what's going on? So I feel like I don't know if I'm gonna like the third book better. But yeah, I honestly just feel like this book was a little bit too long. If it was shorter, because it's exactly 500 pages. I feel like if it was maybe 400 pages, I would have liked it more. I just feel like too long, and I just didn't like the whole bully aspect. Like I'm not against it. I just feel like in this book, it wasn't done in the way that I like it like the most. After that, we went to Mafia, and I read, can we see it, Stolen Air by Sophie Lark. I was so excited to pick this up because I was like, it sounds like something that I'm gonna eat up. I absolutely ate it up, read it in like 24 hours. Miko and Inessa are absolutely everything. I love Miko. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like tattoos in real life. Hate them. It's an absolute turn off for me. Even if it's like a small tattoo of like your mom's name, I'm like, I don't like tattoos. Miko, who's literally covered in them. I was like fictional men that are like, that have tattoos. I love real guys. I'm like, I would lose attraction for you if you have a tattoo. That's the weird way that my brain works. Miko was like completely, it just adds to like the dangerous aspect of it. I love this book. I loved everything about it. It didn't get 5-star energy, but I rated it 4.25. It's so good. It's so good. If you have not read this series, it's the, I want to say Brutal Birthright series. There's 6 books, and you have like 2 families. You have the Gallows, and there is Ada, which is book 1. You also have the Griffins. So book 1, it's Ada, who's the youngest Gallo, and then Callum, who's the oldest Griffin. Book 2, it's Nessa Griffin. Book 3, Nero Gallo, which is one of Ada's brothers. Book 4, it's another brother. Book 5, I think it's Ness and Callum's sister. And then book 6, it's the third brother from the Gallo family. I think that's how it is. This is the second book. Loved it. And like there's pictures in these books. I love it. Let me find something of Miko so you can just see it. I'm sorry, this, like the song that they're dancing to, I can't get it out of my head. Every time I listen to it, I think of, yes, everything, absolutely everything. Please pick up the series. Like, it's not, I feel like some Mafia, it's like, it's too much. You're like, it's not for me. I don't like it. This series is so good. Pick it up. You're gonna love it. You are gonna love it. You are welcome. The last book I read this month, which literally took me years to read. I don't know why it took me 3 years. We're in 2025. 3 years at this point to read. I wish I picked it up earlier because I love this book. I was giggling. I was screaming. I loved it. I loved everything about it. And I rated it 4.5 stars. This book is A Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Why did it take me so long to read this? Generally, why? Everyone loves it. Everyone was raving about it. Why did it take me 3 freaking years to read it? I don't know, but I read it. It's, oh my god, just like the banter is everything. The I hate everyone but you thing, amazing. Like the little things that you see that you're like, Adam loves Olive. It's just, oh my god, it's so good. If for some reason you've been living under a rock like me, you have not read it, please go pick it up. You're not gonna regret it. It deserves all the hype. One of the best things ever. Not exactly a 5-star, but very high up there, a 4.5. Literally, it's everything and more. Absolutely everything and more. So those are all the books that I read. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. I did start reading the 10th book, but I'm not finished yet. So I'm not gonna talk about it now, but like literally tomorrow when I post, maybe not tomorrow, but like in the next 2 days, I'm gonna post my January TBR. You're gonna see what book it is. I'm really enjoying it so far. I don't know what the rating is gonna be. It's like a Valentine's Day romance. So I was like, you know what? End of January, beginning of February, perfect time to read it. I'm so annoyed that I did not finish it because I was so close to finishing my monthly TBR. But just because I was like, let's throw in Thrive and Addicted after all last minute, I could not finish. And I was like, oh, it makes me so mad. Like, it makes me so mad. But anyways, 9 books is still amazing. I'm on my way to 100 books this year. I was like, this year, I am getting to 100 books. I don't care what I have to do. Like, I will pull all-nighters to get to this 100 book. It's been my goal for, I think, the past 2 years. I think I've been, like, around the mid-60s these past 2 years. But I'm like, no, this year we're getting to 100. We have to. We absolutely have to. So we started off great. We have 2 5-star reads. We have 9 books under the belt. I don't know if that's the saying, but we have 9 books read. If you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely hit the subscribe button down below and leave a thumbs up. If you do want to see more of me, I have my TikTok, Instagram, and Goodreads all linked in the description bar down below. I update my Goodreads literally like all the time. Like, if I read for like 30 minutes, I would update it. I read like 1 chapter, I update it. I'm obnoxious in my updating, but like literally everything's over there. You see what I'm reading, what I rated things. I don't give a like written review. I keep those for my videos, but everything is over there if you're curious, if you want to see like what I'm reading and like what I'm thinking about it before my wrap up. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I wanted to say for today. So stay safe, protect your vibe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.